Welcome back to the How Podcast 101. I am Jake Roberts, joined alongside
Lucas Mitchell, and we're also joined by our new engineer.
Not new. That would be
sort of new.
Counting.
Well,
Noah.
yeah, it's true.
Noah's
But
still the
substitute
engineer.
engineer.
Name.
Parker Donahue.
Yeah.
We had him on. What was that? Episode 47 or something. Somewhere
Something like
around
that.
there.
He was Obama.
I was Obama.
He does
for
a
the day.
really good Obama impression.
So it's pretty killer.
We'll-
Michelle says.
Yeah, but then we have Trump. Like we have
Yeah.
Obama and Trump. I think that's just
It's a pretty good lineup, not gonna lie.
Yeah, pretty good lineup for sure.
Pretty good.
It's fantastic stuff. Not to mention. Go
Anyway.
ahead. Go ahead and the sponsors before we spin off on
The sponsors of this video is Hannah's Cafe and Market, Don's Smokehouse, and the FBC House Studios for the amazing.
Studios. Yeah.
Yeah. Woo. All right, so you guys can go to our website, HowePodcast101.com. You can find our contacts, you can find our merch, and our, I guess, all our videos. And
Yeah.
you can also
Yeah, you
donate.
can find all our videos. Short films are there. All our short films. All our podcasts are there.
Yep.
It's kind of like a hub for everything that we do. So if there's our merch, you can donate. Anything you want to give us would be, even $1 is appreciated for us because we are poor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This podcast makes no money
No, we make money.
in return.
We basically all the money we make, we go to making it better.
Yeah.
So we spend all these hours, and then we end up just trying to improve it. So the goal is to one day eventually maybe make a minor profit, but
It's whatever.
for now, you know what it is.
So what we're going to be talking about today. So we are right now filming
It
this
is.
intro segment in.
It is Saturday.
Saturday.
It is Saturday, January 8th.
I am unable to make the recording day of Dan Thomas.
Who will be joining us, not in studio, over Zoom. Hopefully
Yeah.
we can get Zoom sorted out. I'm very excited. Me and Noah's a little under the weather today, but he said he'd most likely
Yeah.
be ready for tomorrow for the interview. So he'll be in the studio, and we'll get all that sorted up. And hopefully that's a good interview. I'm actually really excited for that one. He's
Yeah.
running for U.S. Congress, and I'm really wondering what's changed as far as last time we interviewed him. He'd just been fired for all of that stuff
Yeah.
happening. So it's going to be an interesting interview. Make sure to stick around for that.
Indeed.
And we also have How's How and a Sports Center coming up, I think.
Yes. Noah's going to be joining us on House
Yes.
How via the how101.com hotline. So
Stay tuned
and
for
then
that.
I know we're going to do some type of game. I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. Parker's going to be joining us in some type of game. Those are always fun. That's
Yeah.
why I decided. That's why we kind of want to do that. Those are like our favorite parts of the podcast is when we do the game.
Yeah.
So
Those are all really fun.
yeah, they're definitely. Those are our best memories probably. Playing those
Just playing random games like Office Trivia.
Like Office Trivia. We need to do that again, by the way. We need to.
You versus Noah this time.
Noah got like Office Trivia for Christmas, I think. So I'm down.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm down. We should do that. We'll do that in the future. I think, is that going to do it for this segment?
Yeah.
I think coming up next, it's time for a little How's How. We'll do a dive around how and maybe dive into some local sports. We'll do it right for this. Don's Smokehouse is one of the best butcher shops in Texas, but it's not just a butcher shop. It's home of the best beef jerky around and the famous Great Wall of Jerky, where you will find 17 different kinds of jerky, including bear, buffalo, elk, venison, turkey, and of course, beef and more. We are open Tuesdays through Saturdays from 10 to 6. Don's Smokehouse is located in downtown Howe at 111 East Hanning Street. Come on down for a free sample and experience the Great Wall of Jerky. Don's Smokehouse, the best jerky around. You're listening to the How Podcast 101. We give you a weekly look inside How and around Grayson County.
We have interviewed many guests, including Coach Simmons, Dan Thomas, and the voice of the Hell Bulldogs, Monty Walker.
How Podcast 101. Keep up with How and laugh at the same time. Welcome back to the How Podcast 101. I am Jake Roberts, joined alongside
Lucas Mitchell, and we're joined by our substitute engineer,
Parker Donahue here.
otherwise known as Obama.
Obama.
We're about to dive into a little How's How, and joining us on the how101.com hotline to help discuss all things How basketball, our engineer Noah Riley. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. I appreciate that applause.
We
No
know you
problem.
do. We know you do. Is it true that you're slightly under the weather? Is that the case?
Yeah, I think I've got that bug that's been going around.
You got the corona?
It's a nasty.
I don't have the big Rona.
Okay,
that's
No big corona.
That's always good. You don't want the big Rona. Don't want the Decepticon
Yes.
But
variant.
what about the big cheese?
Okay, so let's just dive straight into this. What is
How?
basketball been like over the past
Okay.
week?
So over the past week, we've played 2 games.
Okay.
The first on Tuesday,
hmm
the JVB, JVA, and varsity played Bonham.
Okay. How did those games go?
Okay, so JVB got. I don't have the for sure
exact
score, but I know they got beat by 40 points.
Oh gosh,
Ooh.
that's rough.
Yeah, it was not good. And then JVA got beat as well by 26.
Quite a
it was
bit.
19 to
Dang.
45.
That was this. Ooh, wow. Okay.
That's pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
it
That's
was
not fun.
not a pleasant experience in the
Okay.
locker room afterwards.
Okay, I can
I'll tell
imagine.
you that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And then varsity that day played Bonham's varsity, and they won 36 to 23. And that
Okay.
was a very big game because that was right after a loss to Bonham. We started District 0-1, so we needed to win that game to
you
get
mean a
to
loss to
even.
Pottsboro? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, what is this How team doing to make itself competitive?
Our new coach, Coach Forsyth, is a very basketball-minded, strategic coach.
Okay.
Pretty
And
standard
He's
for a basketball.
implemented some very good plays.
okay, and he's just he came from North Carolina. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, what has that done for How? Because I know the North Carolina style basketball is much more fast-paced. That's where
Yeah.
the best basketball colleges in the world
Which-
is.
That kind of shows in our offense now because we like to run it up and down the court a little
Yeah.
bit faster than we
Yeah.
did 2 years ago when he wasn't here.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
So that shows in his offense.
So then, what happened? Did y'all have a game Thursday?
We had a game yesterday,
Okay,
Friday,
all right.
against Gunner.
Okay, what happened in that game? Give us a rundown of that.
The JVB, I do not know how they did
Okay.
because I had to leave right after the JV game.
Okay.
But I know the JVA got beat once again. It wasn't as bad as Bonham, but this final score was 26 to 41.
That's still pretty
Yeah.
bad.
Pretty close.
It's
yeah.
been a rough week for the JV teams so far.
Well, JV. Let's just be honest. JV's not as important as varsity, and
Yeah.
varsity
No
is having a
playoffs.
great week.
Yeah, varsity, they beat Gunner 46 to 28.
See, that's
Which
a big
is-
deal because Gunner
Yeah.
is good. I don't know how far
Gunner-
they went in the football playoffs, but I'm sure they went far.
Yeah, they it goes in our district. It goes, I think Pottsboro's number 1 in our district, and then it was us and Gunner tied for the second best.
Okay.
And the fact that we beat Gunner 46 to 28 solidifies that second place spot in district for playoffs.
Okay.
That's definitely a big deal for How. So thank you so much for your insight on that. We definitely appreciate that.
No problem.
All right, we'll catch up with you tomorrow. I guess I'll see you for the Dan Thomas interview, which
Yes, sir.
should be exciting. So we're gonna
Yeah.
get back to our programming. Thanks for joining us.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
No problem.
All right, there he goes. Noah Riley off the How101.com hotline. So, how in general, how has How been going? Because I know you have a lot going on.
Yeah, I've got a lot to go on. All right, I can say, obviously, I can't do much news about How in general.
Yeah, but
But
you got some
School stuff.
Yeah.
So, school stuff, as far as I know, I can provide one act and
Okay.
winter guard stuff.
Okay.
So, I think it's about 9 or 10 weeks until competition for one act.
Okay.
And that's coming up really, really fast because
it-
we've
Yeah.
done a single fight scene that's like 20 seconds pretty much.
That's all you've learned.
Yeah, maybe even shorter. And everyone's obviously gotten their lines memorized. I've got my memorized lines down.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty difficult to memorize lines. I figured that out.
Memorizing lines, guys, is not as easy. It's not a walk in the park.
No.
If you think like you can just like go in there and just know it.
Yeah.
It takes so much practice.
It took me
memorize
hours
lines.
and hours and hours to do it.
Yeah, and
Memorize it.
imagine, I still need to show you my script from 8th grade.
You're gonna
could
have
flip
to.
through, and it was like paragraph after paragraph after paragraph after
sucks.
paragraph.
Because I know Ethan Struntz, he's playing Creon, the main character.
Yeah,
He's
that's
the
what I was
king
the
of it.
character.
And he has, like, every scene
Exactly,
in there.
that's what I went out for one single scene.
His monologues are gigantic, and they're all really complicated words and stuff. Like, he told me a little bit ago that the only part that's shaky is the ending of the play.
Oh, great.
And I struggled to get, like, a few paragraphs. So,
Great. Well, that's always good. Now,
but Winter Guard also.
explain to me what Winter Guard is.
Okay,
Not
I don't
for
know.
me,
I don't know how
because
many.
I know what it is. Just for the other people that
Yeah.
don't know.
Oh yeah. All our viewers.
Don't know. None of them know what it is.
No.
So Winter Guard is. So you could kind of figure out from Color Guard. During marching season, you would see people with flags and stuff like that.
They like do like
Yeah, they
flag
just like
things.
spinny flag, right?
Yeah.
So you just like
So-
spin around a fur coat.
So okay,
Yeah.
sure, yeah. So for Winter Guard, it's not like Color Guard's like it's Winter Guard
Don't
in
you have,
marching
like, a
band.
rifle that you
And
spin
that's
around and
marching.
stuff?
Yes. So in Winter Guard, it is flags, sabers, and rifles, and maybe some other stuff. They got props sometimes.
Yeah, see,
Sometimes they're like the competitions are like crazy because some schools just go all out and buy like thousands of dollars worth of props, and we have like nothing to go
you
on.
have like wooden fake guns. Like
No, not even that. We weren't probably not even able. We probably can't even make that, dude.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so Winter Guards basically spin rifles, spin flags by yourself. It's nothing like with the band, and you basically just spin rifle, spin flag, make look cool, and hope you get a certain place in the competition. I don't even know what we placed last year, but
Did you do it last year?
yeah,
Is it fun?
it is pretty fun. But this time, or last time, it was only 2 guys in Winter Guard. And this time it's only 2 guys, and Ethan Struntz is no longer in Winter Guard, which kind of makes me sad.
It'll be fun.
And but not the other guy. He's a newbie, but he won't be. He's not gonna do rifle either, because we're all doing flags, but at the near the end, we do rifles, and I think we got not even that complicated of stuff. Like the max amount we're gonna do is flipping it twice in the air, which to me is not a lot at all. The hardest part is gonna be the flags, and flags aren't even that difficult to just follow along with. Memorizing it might be weird, and making sure you don't look stupid may be hard, but otherwise it's pretty easy.
By the way, I'm looking at the HoweEnterprise.com. Thanks to Monty Walker.
Thanks to Monty Walker. Your mic.
What?
There you go.
No, it's on. I know. I'm just trying to read through this. You keep talking.
There's actually not much to go off of, but I do know that I have tons of practices for all of these, that take hours and hours and hours for Winter Guard and One Act. And as far as I know, Winter Guard doesn't really have that much time to get prepared, but we're definitely gonna have more practices than last year because COVID reigned last year, and it was horrible to get practices in.
I do see an interesting little nugget here from the How Enterprise.
Go ahead.
Feed My Sheep.
Yeah.
So it's,
Fooding.
if you don't know what it is, they deliver
Please.
food to people who are in need of some food.
Yeah.
And they distributed nearly 250,000 pounds of food in 2021. So
That's cool.
applause to them.
That's good.
Pretty dope.
Applause.
Pretty good for a small.
Applause.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so that's really cool. I can't lie, that's really cool.
That's pretty cool.
So
Good that we have a tiny thing in How that's feeding a bunch of
is
people.
that gonna do it for House How?
Yeah.
I think that's gonna do it for House How. I believe coming up next we have a little bit of a game for you. We still haven't exactly come up with what we're gonna be doing for that, but it's gonna be fun. You're gonna want to see it, so stick around for it. We'll do it right after this.
Hey Lucas, who's your favorite chiropractor?
Rachel Medford, of course.
Medford Chiropractic has the best chiropractic service in Texas, but they also have the best massages and more.
They have massages?
Yeah, and they are awesome.
Yeah, you can find more information on medfordchirotx.com.
That's medfordchirotx.com.
Medford Chiropractic and Family Wellness at 2412 Old North Road.
940-535-7067.
That is their phone number. And Dr. Rachel Medford, awesome personality, and she's a great person. Welcome back to the HowePodcast101. I'm Lucas Mitchell, joined alongside,
Parker Donahue.
and we also have our substitute engineer.
I am Jake G. Roberts. You guys know me, but I'm not.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Oh, okay.
Never heard of him.
All right.
All right, so we've got some big quiz thing website.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Questions. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the first question right off the bat.
Let's get into it.
And it is, which player has the most blocked shots in one season?
You know, I probably don't know this, but it's probably Hakeem Olajuwon.
Incorrect.
Okay.
Okay. Fair enough.
The right answer is Mark Eaton.
Yeah, okay.
Never
whatever.
heard of him.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I thought it would be
Eat on.
Dikembe Mutombo. No.
All right, next question is, which team won the 3-1 series lead in the 2016 NBA Finals?
2016? Isn't that going to be the Cavaliers?
That's correct.
Indeed.
Yeah. Woo, 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 woo. All right, and the next question is, who was the only player to win 2 NBA championships as a player coach?
As a player coach, wouldn't that be Michael Jordan? I really have no clue.
No.
I don't. I've
Okay.
never even heard.
You want to have a
I
second
haven't
guess?
either. Okay, how about
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the Pistons.
I mean, are you reading the
Isaiah
question?
Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas, that's
No.
what I'm thinking of. Okay.
Bill
then
Russell.
Bill
Okay,
Russell.
that's fair.
Bill
That makes sense.
All right, next question is, which player was the first pick of the 2011 NBA draft?
2011? Actually, don't know. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be Stephen Curry. No.
Is it Wiggins? Was he
Andrew-
later?
Andrew Wiggins.
No.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint.
Later.
11.
11.
Oh.
Thompson. What?
No.
Is there another
No, you're
11?
gonna kick yourself.
I probably
The
am.
11.
The 11. Kyrie 11 Beast. it's
Well,
it's
close.
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, it is Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
Kyrie Beast, otherwise known as Kyrie Irving.
No. Kyrie Beast is complete.
No,
Kyrie
sorry.
Beast.
Kyrie Irving. No. Kyrie Irving, also known as Kyrie Beast. Yeah.
Kyrie Beast is
Right.
like way better than Kyrie.
Then Kyrie Irving.
Like
yeah.
way better.
It's his alter ego after
Yeah.
he's
Oh yeah.
after he's done being Uncle Drew, he's like, okay, I'm gonna be Kyrie 11 Beast now.
Kyrie 11 Beast.
It's like an alternate reality.
Yeah.
He's Kyrie Beast. But like he wishes he was in that alternate reality.
yeah.
Right.
He wishes.
It's like the multiverse. Okay, let's get on.
Madness.
Marvel or Marvel Madness.
Marvel Madness.
All right, who was the 2004 NBA Finals MVP?
2004. Is that gonna be Lakers? It's gonna be Kobe Bryant.
No,
Then I'd
Is it Shaq?
Allen
it's
Iverson.
Chauncey Billups.
No idea who that freaking.
I
Dang.
do know who that is, and I believe he played for the Supersonics.
Doesn't say that,
Supersonics
but-
even
Okay.
exist
Who
then?
knows?
Probably.
2004.
I don't know.
So,
Yeah.
all right. It says next question is, which Utah Jazz player broke the all-time record for career assists and career steals?
John Stockton.
Easy. That was right. Who is the tallest NBA point guard of all time?
Tallest point guard?
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to say Ben Simmons, but
No.
that's my
That's
closest.
probably accurate.
Um,
But also the
one-
worst.
Sounds familiar to me.
do what?
This one sounds familiar to me.
I mean, like,
Tallest NBA
Like-
point guard of all time.
okay, so we could say Kevin Durant could sometimes play point guard.
but tallest.
He's pretty tall.
Magic.
Magic Johnson. Okay.
Yep.
Wait, wasn't he only like 6'8" though?
I have no idea. That's
Lucas 6. You want me to look that
But
up?
Ben
Yeah, go
Simmons
ahead.
is like 6'10".
Yeah, but
right?
they probably.
This is probably before.
Yeah.
when was Ben Simmons in?
Ben Simmons was drafted.
He still exists.
Ben Simmons was drafted in like 2016, I
Yeah.
think. Or soon before that, like 2014.
Well, this talks. Well, actually, no, because it says which team won the 3-1 series lead in the 2016 NBA Finals
Right.
earlier. So it's probably
He is
Pretty
6'9".
6'9", Magic Johnson is.
Yeah.
But Ben Simmons is 6'10". Maybe they just have him listed as like a
Maybe.
Well,
shooting guard.
is he really that good though?
No, but he is the tallest.
That would be
I'm not
true.
gonna fight you on that. Okay.
All right, which team won the most titles in the 1990s?
In the 90s, that sounds like probably the Bulls.
Yep, that's right. Who are the Chicago Bulls?
What?
Are they still? I've never heard of them.
They do
Yeah,
exist. Yeah,
they
no,
do
they
still
exist.
exist. They're pretty good this
I
year.
don't know why,
They
but I've
have-
never.
Yeah, they're actually really good this
yeah.
year.
Zach LaVine has come to his potential, or he's growing into it anyway. Then we've got the GOAT, Alex Caruso.
Not the GOAT.
The bald eagle, bro. He is the GOAT.
All right, which NBA player got the most votes for the 2010 NBA All-Star Game?
I'm going to go with Kobe Bryant.
Wrong. Try again.
LeBron James.
There you go.
LeBron James.
LeBron James. LeBron James.
My name's Trey.
LeBron James.
I got a shoe game. Okay.
Which team won the inaugural NBA championship in 1950 to become the first time to repeat as champions?
The Celtics? I don't know.
No. Try again. One more.
Is it close? Is it the Lakers?
There you go.
Yeah,
See, it's always that second game.
it's just that good.
All right, which player did 10 three-point shots in the game against Memphis Grizzlies on December 30th, 2017?
2017 is probably going to be Stephen Curry.
Yep, that's it. Who is the first NBA player to record 10 steals in a single game?
I really don't know. Is it like Mike Bibby or something?
No,
I
it's
have
called
no clue.
Jerry West.
Jerry West.
Oh, he's the guy on the logo.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
the OG for the Lakers, bro.
As of 2021, which NBA player missed the most three-point shots in his entire career?
As of when?
As of 2021.
James Harden.
Nope.
Dang.
Missed the most three-point shots in his
Missed the most
entire career.
As of 2021, so he's a current player still. Is it gonna be like something really not obvious?
Could
It's
be
gonna be
Ben
like
Simmons.
Stephen Curry. It's not Ben
It's going to
Simmons.
be pretty obvious.
Ben Simmons has taken like 2. Russell Westbrook.
No.
Dang
it's
it.
Kobe Bryant.
As of 2021. He
Yeah.
didn't even play in 2021. How's it gonna be as of?
Well, that's just the stats, though. Still.
Okay.
LeBron James. Who is the fourth winner of the Most Improved Player of the Year award in NBA history?
LeBron James.
It's probably not LeBron James. Okay, restate the question, please.
Who is the fourth winner of the Most Improved Player of the Year award in NBA history? That is confusing.
I have no clue.
Kevin Johnson.
Kevin.
Let me know who that is.
Wait, Kevin, is that like the isn't that the announcer on TNT? Isn't his name Kevin Johnson?
I don't.
You know the guy that I'm talking about?
I think so. But
Like
I don't know if it's him.
The host? I don't know. Sorry.
I know who you're talking about, but
Who was drafted in second right after Anthony Davis in the 2012 NBA draft? If you get this, that's just like I don't know how.
LeBron James.
it's not
Not a
LeBron
LeBron
James. Is it like Ben? I don't know. Is it Ben Simmons? Is it?
That should not be as funny as it is.
I honestly
Here,
have no
let me-
clue. Is it someone
he has
really
Christ.
obscure?
He has Christ in his last name.
What?
Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
No,
Jesus Christ was drafted second overall in the NBA draft.
that would not
Here.
be.
Who would draft Jesus second? Like,
I don't know.
like how would
Or
someone be like,
Kid
oh yeah,
Gilchrist.
Jesus is in the draft?
Kid
What's his first name?
Michael Kidd Gilchrist? Okay.
Gilchrist.
He's not even that good. That's
He's
Alright.
really not.
Let's do. Let's see. Let's do.
Oops.
All right. This one is going to be the last question.
Okay.
Who is the all-time NBA leader in assists?
All time.
Leader in assists.
Leader and assists. Okay, so we already said John Stockton once. I don't think it's gonna be him. Am I correct in saying that?
Is that your answer?
I don't know. Would I be correct if I did not say him in theory?
In theory, I can't technically tell you if you're right or wrong.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with John Stockton.
It's John
because-
Stockton.
Okay,
All right.
Let's
Nice.
go.
I won.
Yeah, that's.
I think he did a good enough job to completely dominate. The
No,
field.
yeah, no, he's good.
Swag.
He's literally.
Would he beat Wes Robertson at NBA?
We need to
50?
have that
That would be pretty.
because Wes was way more cracked than
He
any
was
of us
baller.
could have expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's coming up next, Lucas? I'm gonna let you intro this one out. Or I guess let it go.
Outro.
Outro, yeah.
Oh, what is Jake usually knows this.
You know what's coming up next?
What is coming up next? Is this Dan Thomas?
Yeah, it is Dan Thomas.
All right.
Oh.
Then coming up next, we have Dan Thomas. First Baptist Church of Howe services on Sunday morning is an awesome place to be, with Bible fellowships and a main service for everyone. The main service consists of worship by Art Rayburn and a sermon by Roger Tidwell. The fellowships begin at 9:15 for the adults, youth, and kids to enjoy the teachings of Christ Jesus, our Lord and Savior. The main service also starts at 10:30 after. During these uncertain times, the First Baptist Church of Howe has your back on 100 Davis Street in Howe, Texas.
Welcome back to the HowePodcast 101. I am Jake Roberts, joined alongside Noah Riley, and we have a very special guest. Dan Thomas joins us over Zoom. How are you today?
Hey, very good. Thanks for doing this, guys. I really appreciate your interest and everything you do. You do a great podcast. Glad to be back on here.
Yeah, no, we're very glad to have you on, and I guess that segues us pretty perfectly into our first question. We last interviewed you in October. So can you tell us what all has happened since then? What's changed?
Quite a bit. Yeah, you interviewed me right after I got fired for the vaccine mandate. And so a few things have changed in my life. I'm doing something I never thought that I would do. I got involved in politics, of all things. And so I'm running for U.S. Congress. You can find out more about that, DanThomas4Congress.com. That's Dan Thomas, FOR Congress.com. And you can kind of see a little bit about my story for some of the viewers. I'm sure we'll talk about it on here.
Yeah.
But that kind of gives you an idea of where I stand on some of the issues that we may not cover on here as well. So yeah, I decided to run for U.S. Congress District 4. It's a crazy district, just got redrawn. It's wide ranging, all of Grayson County, Fannin County, Lamar, about 300,000 people in Collin County, even people in Denton County are in it. So you got to look at this map. The way that it was drawn is just, it's mind blowing to see how it works. So you might be in it. You never know, even if you weren't last time. So be sure to check that map.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, we'll link your website in our description down below. So those of you that are watching this, you can go down there to visit the website. For our listeners who haven't heard the first interview, would you mind telling us a little bit about your family and background?
Well, I've got 2 kids. I've been married to my wife for 19 years now. I'm a member of First Baptist Sherman. We're a Christian family, and we just got out of church. Actually, that's why you caught me dressed up like this. So we live here in North Texas in Grayson County, and we love it here. This is where we thought we would make a home forever. But the Biden administration had some other ideas, and my company caved to the Biden administration, and so things have changed for us, and so now we're all in, trying to make a change in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right, so our third question we've got for you today is, so for listeners who may be unsure of what the role of a congressman is in the government, could you give us a description of what all that role involves?
Well, we have 3 co-equal branches of government. You have the executive branch, judicial, and legislative. The congressman is your representative in the legislative branch. It is the closest job in the federal government to the voters, because the voters get to decide whether to fire their congressman or hire a new one every 2 years. So it's the design of the Constitution is such that we have our congressman there to represent us, to really be closest to the will of the people, because their terms are every 2 years. The entire Congress is up for re-election every 2 years. So unlike senators that have staggered terms and get 6 years without having to go back to the voters, congressmen, it's every 2 years. And the reason for that is they wanted the voice of the people to be heard in this legislative branch. And so that's the role of a congressman as far as the Constitution is concerned. The practicality of it is really you have a voice in Washington that gives your ideas in your district a voice in the national debate. And I think that's one of the most important things that a congressman can do, is be that voice for this conservative district in Washington. And so I don't plan to sit any votes out. We're going to have our voice heard up there, and we won't be voting for bills that we haven't read. If I can't read the bill, my vote's going to be no. I think too often that a lot of times congressmen are pressured into voting for these bills they haven't even read by their own admission a lot of times. And that puts our Second Amendment in danger. They've got these red flag laws now that they're trying to slip in. So we have to be on the lookout for that kind of thing to protect our constitutional rights. We can't take a vote off. I won't be doing it. If I can't read the bill, my vote's going to be no. So the role of a congressman, I think quite simply, is to represent the people, but in a way that you find out what they believe. They go up there and they represent those beliefs. So in Washington. I hope that answers your question. Also, there's the issue of constituent services here back at home. If you need someone to make a phone call, if you're having difficulty dealing with a federal agency, your congressman's there for you when it comes to that as well.
Yeah, no, that clarified a lot, and I'm sure that did for people listening as well. Noah, do you want me to go next?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you have some kids. So what do they think of their dad running for Congress?
Oh, they love it. My 2-year-old has been saying the word sign, because that's a big part of running, is getting signs placed all over the place. You have to win the sign war. Yeah. So he's heard us say the word sign so many times. It's just his new favorite word. My 11-year-old daughter is really into it. She went out yesterday with me, spent the whole day with me, and had a blast. She loves meeting people, and she's really outgoing. So yeah, that's cool. This is just her kind of thing. So they love it.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I'm glad they love it. Go ahead, Noah.
All right. So our fifth question: what made you decide to run for U.S. Congress and get involved in politics in general?
Yeah. Well, it's something I said that I would never do. And just let that be a warning to anybody out there. If you say, oh, I would never run for any kind of elected office, I'm not a politician. Well, don't ever say that. Don't ever say you would, because that's exactly what I said. Didn't live my life to be elected. I'm not looking to job hop from one elected office to another. This isn't going to be a career for me. It's just a moment in our country's history where we've gone completely insane. We've got to bring back a level of sanity and really bring back constitutional constraints to our government.
For sure.
And so many of our problems are caused by straying from the Constitution. What got me involved was, after I got fired because of the vaccine mandate, I went to Austin to testify, and there was a bill that would have basically just made the governor's executive order requiring businesses to give employees accommodations if they have a medical, religious, or if they've had COVID before. Just make that law in the state of Texas. Montana had already done it. It was protecting jobs there. Florida would later do it, some other states as well. So this bill died in committee. Went up there and testified. I listened to all of the lobbyists get up there. The reason why it never made it out of committee in Texas, where we pride ourselves on rugged individualism and protecting the individual. We couldn't get that bill out of committee because lobbyist after lobbyist told our Texas lawmakers that they were afraid of the federal government, that this would pit Texas businesses against the federal government, and they thought it would lead to lawsuit after lawsuit, and they just never made it out of committee for that reason. So that opened my eyes to how out of control the federal government has gotten, where even here in Texas, we're so afraid of the federal government. And
I know.
Representatives
Texas
aren't doing anything to shrink it.
Texas is known. I mean, it's supposed to be like the state of strength. It's where the strength comes from, and it's sad to see stuff like that happening. When you win, what is a particular area that you are interested in seeing reformed?
I think in general, there's a lot of areas.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably do an entire podcast just on that.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, definitely.
I would
but,
sum it up like this. Basically, we need to restore constitutional values to our country. I think that so many of our problems are caused by straying from the Constitution. We need to restore the power of Congress to when they write a lot of these spending bills, they're not even saying how the money should be spent. They just say, here's $10 billion. Here's one sentence of a general area where you need to spend it. And they leave it up to the department heads to spend all this money and come up with rules for how to get the money. And the department heads themselves end up being the lawmakers. And the lawmakers are just sitting back, turning in a proxy vote.
Yeah.
Like they do it nowadays.
They're like bought.
Yeah,
it's like
there's
bought,
a lot of evidence for that, certainly. Yeah, that's another area that we can talk about as well.
Yeah,
but it's I think in general, restoring constitutional values will be my top priority, no matter the given issue. My focus will always be returning us to constitutional values.
No, and that's the most important role of government, is to keep the values of the Constitution, for sure, 100%.
Absolutely. Yes.
All right. So I've got the next question. Have you ever been to DC? And if not, what is the first thing you'd like to do or see when you arrive there to be sworn in?
Oh yeah, I've been there, and I guess
right.
the first thing I'll do is check out the office accommodations. I'll be in the class of living in your office. You can actually do that there.
Okay.
And so that's I guess the first thing will be see how all that works. I want this to be an educational experience, especially for my older daughter. We homeschool, so there's going to be so many opportunities there for her to learn, firsthand how government works. We study so much about government, about how bills become law and that kind of thing, the Constitution. We teach her a lot about that in our homeschooling. And so it'll be, I'm sure, mind-blowing for her to see it all firsthand.
Yeah.
So I can't wait just to show her around Washington, D.C.
Yeah, no, that'll definitely be a different place. Okay. Do you have any proposed legislation for when you are elected?
I think the first thing that we need to do is get this vaccine mandate under control.
100%.
And get it eradicated. It shouldn't exist. And so I'd like to see some legislation that says you can't enforce medical procedures on your employees. It's ridiculous. If you think about it, we all accept that maybe there's a dress code at your work, or you have to wear a uniform maybe. But can you imagine the outrage we would have if bosses suddenly started requiring you to wear that uniform in your sleep at home on your days off?
Yeah.
That's what a vaccine is. It's something that you take with you 100% of the time, even though you're not at your job 100% of the time.
Yeah, you can't take a vaccine off. Once it goes in, it doesn't come out.
Exactly. It's a clear constitutional violation. If we need legislation clarifying that, then we'll get it. Now, the U.S. Supreme Court is hearing a case right now. I'm very hopeful, although based on some of the comments from some of the Supreme Court justices, I'm not 100% sure that we'll get the result that we want there. So if there needs to be more legislation in that realm, that's what I look forward to the most, getting in there and getting that cleaned up.
Yeah, no, for sure. Do you have the next one?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay. Are there any special interest committees that you'd be interested in being a part of?
Special interest committee, like caucuses?
Yeah.
Yes.
The Freedom Caucus.
Okay.
I would be honored to be a part of that. I see eye to eye on just every issue that I've seen them cover. I can't think of one that I don't. So Freedom Caucus, I would definitely be a top priority being a part of that.
Okay. And then here's our last one. How can those of us in the general public go about taking a more active role in government? Because we saw you take an active role in government. You did what happened to you wasn't right, and you decided to do something about it. So how can others have a role?
I think get involved in a political campaign, jump into it, see how it's all done. And I think that people should start running for office themselves. A big problem is we we leave it up to these political elites that job hop from this elected office to that elected office to another elected office, and they're over here and they're over there. And we just keep recycling the same people year in and year out, and we keep having the same problems every year. Those two issues are connected. We need new people to take a break out of their lives, get involved, get some of these things fixed, and go right back to your life. You know, our founding fathers, most of them didn't make a career out of this. They went in, they did what was called of them at the time, and then they went back to the farm in a lot of cases. I think we need to bring back that spirit in this country of anybody can be involved in this, and everybody should get involved at some level, whether it's helping in a campaign. I'd love for you to help in my campaign, Dan Thomas for Congress.com. But if it's running yourself, you should run yourself. I think one of the biggest issues we have, aside from an out of control Congress that's straying from the Constitution, one of the biggest issues we have in this country right now is our school boards. Run for school board. We need more constitutional conservatives running for school board out there. So, it's so many offices that we need so many strong conservatives in. I want people listening to this to really consider getting involved, because our country is so far out of control. We can bring it back, but it takes everyone out there listening getting involved.
For sure, 100%. I agree with that. And even if you're if you don't think that you can be involved in politics, you can. It doesn't mean you have to run for office, but at the very least, pay attention to who you're voting for. So thank you so much for joining us.
Yes,
we really appreciate it. We really appreciate it.
Hey, I appreciate you guys. Yeah, love that. How 101.
So tell us again how they can learn more about you.
All right, go to Dan Thomas for Congress.com. That's Dan Thomas FOR Congress.com. You can check me out there. You can pop in your email. We can keep in touch with you, and hope to hear from everybody.
We'll put a link in the description down below again. So
Awesome.
make sure to click on that link. All right, thank you so much for joining us. We'll have to do it again sometime.
If you are craving some fried rice, egg rolls, boba tea, beef teriyaki, or my favorite, sesame chicken, then Hannah's Cafe and Market is for you. It's the newest restaurant in town, and for all you Bulldogs, there is a 10% student discount for a limited time. Hannah's Cafe and Market is located at 105 South Denny Street in Howe, just north of the First Baptist Church. You can find them on Facebook or call at 903-532-0529. Hannah's Cafe and Market. Go Dogs!
Welcome back to the HowePodcast 101. I am Jake Roberts, joined alongside
Lucas Mitchell, and we're also joined by our sub-engineer,
Parker Donahue,
who is still Obama. He's still Obama.
Still Obama.
The Dallas Cowboys have a game tonight against the Philadelphia Eagles. In Philadelphia.
In Philadelphia.
And I think with that being said, we just got time for one more thing.
I forgot. There is one more thing.
Gentlemen, one more thing, guys. Who wants to go first on this very exciting one more thing day? Because I have a very good one, I think.
I guess we'll leave yours for last.
All right, you want to go first?
So, I think that my one more thing is probably going to be my SoundCloud. You guys should check it out.
Make sure to switch to your camera.
Oh, yeah.
You're good.
My bad, fam.
You're good.
My SoundCloud, you should check it out. SAR the Ottomans. I really need to change that name.
Yeah,
TSAR.
TSAR of the Ottomans.
The Ottoman.
You already know. I got some
It is of
pretty
Ottomans.
fire bangers. Not
Okay,
gonna
that's
lie.
too far. No, you've got some. You've got
Decent.
some slightly
got
above
some
average
alright.
tracks.
Got some above average. Okay, we'll use that. That's fair. And might be appearing on the podcast a few times.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, there is one of our ads that
One of our
one of the ads that we have. It does use his music. So
Pretty cool.
comment down below if you figured out which ad that is. By the way, we'll give you something free.
Probably like a really bad one.
Yeah,
It's fine.
If the music is below average, then it's that one.
maybe.
Anyhow.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It was pretty good.
Anyhow.
Lucas, do you have
Alright.
one more thing?
My one more thing.
Camera.
My one more thing is going to be that we're going to have some videos releasing very soon. I think, Jake, did you post that previous video?
The reaction one.
Have you posted that yet?
That one is
Still in progress?
I'm pretty sure I'll be done with that by hopefully the end of this week.
Okay. And we also have the Kyrie Beast.
That one
files.
just posted.
That
one
just posted.
Yeah.
Go check that out, guys. And we're also going to be making a new song today.
Song, yeah.
And if you check out down in the description my YouTube channel, we're going to be posting Parker's SoundCloud songs. And I'm going to post them on my YouTube and make it look pretty good.
Yeah. So is that your one more thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah. Have you guys heard of the Florida Man meme?
Yes.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's some of the headlines. 20 crazy Florida Man headlines that made the meme what it is today.
Okay.
So June 27th, 2012, a headline in Florida read, "Florida man chews off another man's face."
Nice.
The case of the Miami cannibal.
Oh. That sounds just like a normal cannibal.
January 1st, 2015. Florida man trapped in unlocked closet for 2 days.
Unlocked closet?
Yeah, thought they were stuck in a janitor's closet at Dakota State College for 2 days before realizing they could just open the door and walk out.
What a Florida man.
Yeah. Florida man killed by alligator while hiding from cops.
How do you even do that? It's
don't
like,
know.
oh my gosh, I gotta hide from the cops. Let me hide in like a lake or something with a ton of crocodiles.
Florida man desperate for ride to restaurant calls 911.
Hey, that's reasonable. That's reasonable.
Look, what if he was like about to propose to his girlfriend and she was
no,
at the
not at this restaurant.
She's about
No,
to leave.
it's not. No,
Is it Waffle House?
no.
What is
I'll
it?
tell y'all later.
Okay.
January 9th. Hold on, I'm making sure that one's good. Yeah, January 9th, 2018. Florida man tries to steal a rack of ribs by stashing it in his pants.
See, I would do the same. Who wouldn't want to have a rack of
where
ribs
else
in your
would
pants?
you put it?
Yeah,
Exactly,
You
yeah.
put it in your
Like-
shirt, like that's
Like
disgusting.
you know, like it's ribs. Like you don't put them on your torso.
You put it, you put it in your pants.
Yeah,
Like
it's the only
Oh,
reasonable way to put it in.
Florida man protects car from Hurricane Dorian by parking it in kitchen.
That's smart, honestly. Dude, imagine everyone else is gonna not have a ride, and that guy has a ride.
He's got a good point. October 7th, 2019. Florida man arrested for trying to get alligator drunk.
How's that? Why would you arrest someone for that?
Okay,
just partying
Timothy
with the
Timothy Kepke allegedly fed some
Kepke.
beer to the gator after his pal caught it with his bare hands in Palm City.
Oh my gosh.
nice.
But the reptile apparently wasn't a fan of booze and bit him, and both men were later arrested.
Why would they arrest him?
Because
Is that animal endangerment?
yeah.
Nah, just chilling with the crocodile,
fun,
dude. He probably got
October
too drunk and
23rd,
bit him.
2019.
So not
Florida man busted feeding iguanas to alligator in jail zoo. Yep. No, these all happened. These are real. This is why.
It's nice. It's good. It's good to hear the Florida men doing what's right.
Yeah, they're doing what's right.
It's for the community. It's for the
Yeah, it's for the great community.
Give back.
Giving back. The Florida men are giving back to the community.
You're gonna be on like one of those Jack Daniels advertisements.
Florida man bitten in the face by alligator while playing disc golf.
Okay, that's just.
But
tough.
why?
Like,
How?
what if he like the disc went into this little pond and he bent over to grab it? Like that's not.
That's not really on him.
It's not
That-
really like his fault. He was like, I mean, he could have avoided it. But
Yeah, by not sticking. his
And
face in the
here's the last one, the
Go ahead.
most Florida man of them all on July 20th, 2020. Florida man tries to evade arrest by cartwheeling away from cops.
did it work though?
Yeah, did it work?
Video footage shows G. Franco Fernandez, 40, wiggling out of cops' grasp, then launching into a cartwheel outside of a shop in Orlando. The nimble escape artist was later charged with battery on an officer.
I mean, we all know the fastest way to get from point A to point B.
Is a cartwheel.
It's a
It's
cartwheel.
parkour.
Yeah,
Parkour.
Parkour, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if he's actually like a parkour artist.
Maybe.
Because it says it in the headline,
He's
but
40, so like,
it's
Yeah,
true.
40.
But no, you can be 40 and be a parkour artist.
Yeah, you could.
if you're in good shape.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you're in good shape.
My back.
Okay. All right. So, Dan Thomas interview has happened.
Yes.
At this point, we're very excited. We hope that goes well tomorrow. All the best to me and Noah in the future.
Indeed.
So, I think that's gonna do it for the show. Hit the music, turn it off. That's what we do. So, I guess that's gonna do it for the show. Thank you so much for listening. If you listen to this point, we really do appreciate you. Comment down below, Florida man, if you reached this point. And I think that's going to do it for the show. For me, Jake Roberts.
And for me, Lucas Mitchell.
And for me, Parker.
We're signing out for now.